Hi, everybody. It's Dee Slater with Create with Dee. Welcome to our fifth and final card that we're going to be doing here on our tropical weekend. Um, so I appreciate everybody for tuning in and commenting on the cards and everything, and still continue to do so through about 7 o'clock tonight. And I'll do door prize drawings for today's comments and things. All right. I wanted to thank Sharon White for giving me a color combination. And luckily, Sharon, all of my Stampin' Up! Shipments came in finally. They were a little bit delayed. And so I do have the colors. So on this card here, what we're going to do is we're going to be doing what's known as a reverse mask. And we'll be making this really beautiful tropical card. Okay, let me turn the camera around just to the project and we will get going. Okay, so Sharon, and when I said like, hey, give me your color combos and we'll see what kind of a card I can make out of it. Sharon suggested two of the new in colors. It's Azure Afternoon. It's this beautiful blue color. I love this blue. Look how pretty that is. And then a returning color that's going to be here for starting on May 2nd is Lemon Lime Twist. I would say that this color it's not quite the same color, but it's a little bit like Parakeet Party and Granny Apple Green kind of together, but it's a little more fluorescent, so to speak, but it's a really pretty bright green. And then she also said, how about some Melon Mambo? So those are the color palettes. So what I did is I made a mask out of a piece of basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And I used one of the dies from the Layering Diorama Dies for my cutout. Right, let's go ahead and we'll put this beautiful card here together. They get things out of the road here just a moment. So for masking, I'm going to start with a piece of another piece of basic white, the same size as my mask, 3 3/4 by 5. Hi, Marge. Yay, thanks for joining live. And what I like to do is I want to anchor it down because I don't want it to shift on me when we start to use our blends. So if you've got washi tape or removable tape, it's that would be very helpful on that. You just want to make sure if you're going to anchor it down that it's going to be, you know, the mask that you're using isn't going to interfere with it. All right, so I'll pretend that this is the first time that we're doing this. Well, nope, I don't want the color to bleed. Let me do it this way. All right, so then we take our mask and I just layer it right on top of it and anchor it down with some more washi tape or removable tape. And we'll put it right where we want it. Let me get another one. We'll anchor both corners that way. You guys probably recognize these washi tapes. You know, when I always think that I'm going to use washi tape and then I don't. I know some people really enjoy using it in their cards. I always struggle with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll make this reverse mask. So a mask is normally you cover something up and stamp or ink around it. A reverse mask is where we're going to ink or blend on the inside of it. All right, let's start out with this beautiful new blue, that Azure Afternoon. And I've got my blue blending brush. And I like to kind of sweep it across like this to kind of start with. You can do all sorts of things. You can go in circles. For this particular one, I think just kind of pulling it really works for what I wanted to do. All right, I'm going to keep these open and just out of reach because I might come back and do some more blending. Then again, I'm going to pick up with my pink one. I have colors designated with my blending brushes. And again, make a sweeping motion. You can always go back on it. But I kind of, as you can see here, I kind of start off of it. And it helps me not have like a streak right on the inside. Right now we'll get back the returning lemon lime twist. I was so excited to see this color come back. I always like this color. And we'll do the same thing. I'm kind of pulling it. Get it inked up good. And we'll keep doing this. All right, so then after you have that, you can come back and get, or make it as vibrant as what you want. So I'm going to press down just a little harder and really rub back and forth. And if you want, you can kind of blend the lines a little bit. I'm not going to re-ink on my pink. And now I'm going to kind of just do some softening of those edges. I can bring in my blue and do the same thing. All right, so now when we take off our top mask, look at that beautiful background that we just made. And now you can, do any sort of other stamping on top of it. I'm going to go ahead and take off my washi tape that I've got to anchor this down right at the moment. Hi, Doreen. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining. All right, so I am all done with the inks for now. So I'll get those all closed up. And I'm going to be bringing in 2 images from our tropical leaf that we've been playing with all weekend long. I'm going to use these long stems, and I'm going to use the smaller leaf. I'm going to get some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm going to ink up the stems first. And we'll get those. I'm just making sure I got a nice solid background on that. I'm going to stamp a little bit off of the project. And I'm going to go ahead and put those leaves right on top of that beautiful combo that Sharon said and suggested. And that black just pops those colors. Now I'm just going to take the small leaf. And again, I'm making sure I got some nice solid, ink all through it. Put one over here. And one off to the side. And then a third one. And then we've got this beautiful tropical look to our leaves and everything. So that black against that vibrant color just is so striking. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put our card together. I did go ahead and based on Sharon's recommendations, I changed up what I was going to do. I had some other color palettes, but I'm like, let's just break out some of these new colors that we're going to see coming up from Stampin' Up. Those are all going to be available on May 2nd. So I'm taking a layering piece of basic black. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to layer that against our reverse masking layer. And I think the black just really helps pop that color. Just makes it come alive right off of the page. And then we're going to go ahead and put this onto our card base of the Azure Afternoon. And we'll put that like so. And I wanted to kind of show again how we can pair our different maybe seaside or tropical things with this tropical leaf bundle. Let's Set Sail. This is a retiring stamp set. I featured it on one of my Facebook Lives not too long ago. And I thought we'll use Adventure Awaits. So here's a little tropical scene and we'll use our Adventures Await from that stamp set. And let's go ahead and we'll bring our blue back in. And I've got from this deckled rectangles, I've got one of the smaller ones. I think it's the smallest one. And we'll get that stamped. Righty, put that off to the side. And then I'm just going to, and I've cut the same size out of the new Lemon Lime Twist. And I'll put this down. And I want some of the green to be over here on the white to really pop that bright color. And then on this one, let's go ahead and we'll pop it up with some dimensionals. And we'll do that. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys are liking the card. Thank you. I think we've got to give Sharon all of the credit with her great color combination that she suggested. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. And this is going to be like these fun flowers. I have some to give away, you know, so this is going to be part of the door prize drawing. So if you want, please go ahead and comment and such on the videos. And even though these aren't exactly the colors that are here, that they so play nicely with this tropical feel. So I think I'm going to pull up this green, these nice green flowers here. And let's use these big ones. Kind of give a little nod to the floral tropics. And then hopefully this shows on here, and it catches the light just a little bit. But I also took some Wink Estella and I flickered some of the little sparkle on it. So let's go ahead and we'll get some razzle dazzle on this one too. And I've got to stand up to do this. So I just opened up a new Wink Estella here. There's two ways that you can do this. I like to what I call flicking the brush tip. So you can sit there. Well, we want to pump it here first. Put this plastic here. It's so brand new that it's really juicy when I pump it and prime it, because you squeeze the barrel when this gets dry and it brings the glitter down to the surface. So I get my brush tip wet on that and I flick it very quickly. And then the other method is like after you pump it, you can tap it on your finger. So if you tap it, you get more of a splatter look. And when that dries, that'll be some sort of pretty sparkle. Alrighty. So that's the last of our cards that we're going to be making here this weekend. We've made a total of 6. Can you believe it? We really cranked them out here. I'm going to go ahead and bring back in our cards so that we can see what we've done here over the weekend. Give you some inspiration on how to think about the tropics and our cards that we did. And I'm just bringing in kind of both of the sets here. We'll talk about them here in just a little bit. All right. I did add some bling to that. I had some in color little beads that I did, or I put on that. So this was our first card. This was the front fold, fun fold card that we did in those nice bright tropical colors. Then we did a masking with some of the more, what am I call it? More of the orange and the green tropical tones. This was the color palette that Cheryl had done or had recommended, and we did a little stamping technique with that. And then we did an all over tonal with our purple colors, and after we made our own background, we embossed it with the fern embossing folder. And then today we made our little pocket card, and I showed the new monkey, the little monkey bundle that's coming up. you can make it for any occasion on that. And then we did a reverse masking technique. So I hope you guys, let me turn the camera back around. So I hope everybody had a lot of fun here this weekend. And as always, leave a comment. I'll do some door prize drawings for day 2 about 7 o'clock tonight. If you happen to have time today and you want to take your turn at making this, so it doesn't have to be tropical, just use the layout or the technique as inspiration. Please share it here in our party page. And I'll go through and I'll look at all of the comments throughout the day. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And happy crafting. Thanks for tuning in this weekend. Bye-bye.